Beep, 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 beep.
And now on H2G2, the Beeblecast, featuring the very best of the H2G2 community.
Web Sailor's wacky wildlife world, up close and personal with our feathered friends. I don't get any birds in my garden, is a statement often heard. The secret to really seeing them is to feed them on a regular basis. 1 or 2 feeders, a bird table and a bird bath is all that is needed. The ideal feeder to attract birds up close and personal is a window feeder, which will soon become a daily delight. The most familiar visitor, the Christmas card bird, is the robin. Usually a ground feeder, he soon becomes adept at helping himself from the feeder and will even stop for a chat if you are lucky. Starlings don't take long to get acquainted either, and though greedy, argumentative and messy, they are great fun, generally arriving en masse. Another bird with a propensity for fighting is a greenfinch. Generally arriving in a group, they squabble and fight for the top perch on the feeder, flitting back and forth and missing out on a lot of food in the process. The chaffinch is another ground feeder, which is becoming familiar on feeders if it feels safe. It is hard to choose a favourite, but the blue tit is near the top of the list. Not particularly blue, more greeny blue and yellow. It wears a cap reminiscent of a continental railwayman. There are so many birds that will appear in a garden given the right encouragement. Many more may come, but you need to offer food and water on a regular basis and watch carefully. You might be in for a big surprise.
H2G2. Broadcast yourself.
The post recipe, gnocchi Vesuvio by Moo Beta. If this recipe sounds dangerously spicy, don't panic, it's not that hot. The Vesuvio part of the name comes from the mixture of tomato sauce and mozzarella, which gives the impression of molten lava. I like potatoes, and I think gnocchi should be used whenever possible, especially in place of pasta. To serve 2 people, you will need 500 grams of fresh gnocchi, 1 jar of passata, 2 teaspoons of balsamic vinegar, 1 teaspoon of caster sugar, 150 grams of mozzarella cheese, 1 onion, 4 cloves of garlic, a large handful of basil leaves, and about 50 grams of unsliced chorizo sausage. Finely chop the onion and garlic and cut the chorizo into a ½ centimetre dice. Heat a little sunflower oil in a large saucepan and gently fry the onion, garlic and chorizo over a low heat until the onion has softened. This should take about 10 minutes. Add the passata and top up with about ½ pint of hot water. Add the balsamic vinegar and the sugar. Season well with salt and pepper and allow to simmer uncovered for about 10 minutes, stirring occasionally. Add the gnocchi and allow to simmer for a further 5 minutes. While the gnocchi is cooking, grate the mozzarella and finely chop the basil. At the end of 5 minutes, take the pan off the heat and add the mozzarella and basil. Stir once so the cheese is starting to melt and serve immediately, drizzled with a little olive oil. Lovely.
I wish I had the money to travel on a plane. Instead, it's just sufficient for a ticket on the train. So once I'm back from work and have woken from a nap, I go and take my backpack, my walking stick and map. I then set out to choose a second pair of shoes, switch monitor and PC on, and sign into Hutu. The front page is my starting place. It's there for all to see. Why don't you join me and sign up? Cause Hutu is for free.
This is not the Beeblecast.
As I sat in the kitchen, the evenings open, and the window was open, and waiting for show. just be tender and a good happy song. Oh, do not forget me when I won't be long. I'll go and sit on the computer while singing over Paris Street. Oh, please don't forget friends and the coffee and seaside with the bells of the sea. The checkers meet when the light isn't red, where rangers are returned and hamsters to play, and the corporate
Waylighter by Dmitri Georgini. Waylighter, show me a place that brights the darkness, soothes the cold until it is the shiver of an unexpected fairy tale. The pale clear moon of yesternight is gone, and I have nothing left with which to light my candle if you have no flame for me. How can I see to read the book of names and find my trysting partner at the well of stars? Truth is a tiny virgin with a lantern going through the careless night. Look up and see how bright.
H2G2 Beeblecast. No.
Have you ever? A glimpse on life, the universe, and everything by Matt O'Daney. Today's issue. Have you ever tried to stop smoking? It is common knowledge, or rather belief, that smoking is no good for you. It might ruin your health and even the well-being of those around you. It is expensive. It doesn't smell good. Still, there are smokers around, and not a small number of them would like to quit this bad habit. It is easy. Believe me, it really is. I have done it at least 5 times so far, and I suppose I will do it again. Unfortunately, there is no general answer as to how to give up cigarettes, or cigars, or pipes. The right way is about as individual as the person who smokes. Some cut down the number of cigarettes slowly till they end up with none. Others use nicotine patches or chewing gums. Some seek help in acupuncture or hypnosis. Books on how to stop smoking sell in high numbers, and some just put out a cigarette, tell everyone it was their last one, and that's it. There's only one thing that all of these ways do have in common, and it is the secret of it all. There's only one thing you have, or rather don't have, to do. Just don't smoke the first cigarette of the day. Think about it. And now I am ready and off. What am I up to? Of course I'm going to smoke a cigarette. What else?
Seagulls, written by Pedantic Bastard. In Falmouth, seagulls angered me. Their ways I can't abide. I made them fish paste sandwiches with calcium carbide. The greedy bastards ate it all, and once they'd all inside, they'd soar upon the yachties, who therein did reside. The silk-white topless ladies, reclining on the decks, look quite sublime with seagull slime draped round their perfect necks.
Dog fostering by Mina. Some of you may know that I've been fostering dogs for rescue for over a year now. My first dog, Fred, I failed at fostering because after he was homed he bounced back due to his behaviour problems. Although we worked very hard with Fred, most of his problems are due to lack of trust in people and fear of what they will do to him, and so moving him to a new home meant that he was back at square one with his behaviour and was rejected again. He seemed so happy to be back with me that I decided to keep him. I'd lost my 13-year-old dog while he was away, and I couldn't bear to lose Fred a second time, added to the loss of my beloved Buster. It took over a year before Fred's trust in people really came back, and I can see that he may never fully recover from the emotional abuse he suffered in his first year. He still doesn't like being handled too much, and I don't think he's ever going to learn that human skin is not like dog skin, and that he should keep his teeth off it. The Beeblecast was produced by The Aviators, based on material contributed by the H2G2 community. To read full versions of the articles contained in the Beeblecast, please check out this week's issue of The Post, or just click the link to the right of this clip.